The Beatitudes end rather surprisingly. We've been reading about the merciful, the gentle, people hungering for righteousness, and then being peacemakers. And then to our surprise, there's a kind of sting in the tail, because it says, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. You think this description of the person that Jesus is describing is so pleasant and agreeable, there'd be no problems here. You'd be making lots of friends, you'd be very popular. But actually, it's a description of the believer who's living in an alien world, a culture that is hostile to God, doesn't want God. And so, the backlash to living this godly life, sadly, can often be persecution. Not that we go looking for persecution, and certainly it's not blessed are those who are persecuted for being foolish or, outrageous or, getting in people's face. We're meant to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. But there will always be a backlash to godliness, sometimes severe, imprisonment, beatings, even martyrdom. Sometimes far more subtle, and just the challenge of being ostracized in the workplace, mocked by your family members. Even those very close to you sometimes put you through pressure because, I'm following Jesus now. That can have tough ramifications even in your home. I remember my parents said, what's going wrong with you? They got saved later, praise the Lord. But at first, there's backlash. I remember some of the most severe that I've ever heard personally was when Richard Wormbrandt, you may have heard of him, a Romanian pastor who was in prison for many years, and one of the first places he came to when he was set free was the Bible college where I was at that time. And he came and spoke to the college, and it was amazing just to listen to him. And the outcome, I actually remember hearing this guy was going to come and speak at a special meeting arranged, and I thought, boy, am I ready for this? This is going to be harsh, it's going to be painful to hear about. And I remember praying, God, just help me to receive this well. And the outcome of being there was he just laughed all the time, had us rocking with laughter. I thought, what a great triumph. I remember at one point he made reference to this kind of verse. It says in Luke's Gospel, he says, when they persecute you and deal you harshly, he says, celebrate and dance for joy. And he said one day he was in his prison cell and he thought, I'm supposed to celebrate. And he said, I've never danced for joy. So there in his cell, he began to dance for joy. And he said the guys outside opened the little door and looked in and thought, oh wow, he's going crazy. We don't want him to go crazy. And so he said they kind of backed off and gave him some proper food for the first time for ages. And he said, I remember the verse says, great will be your reward. Wonderful when men and women of God celebrate. Yours, Jesus said, is the kingdom of heaven. It's a kind of reminder you belong elsewhere. You have another kingdom. So when persecution comes, not because we've been foolish, but because we've followed Jesus wholeheartedly, we're to understand, we belong to another kingdom. Our peace and joy is found there. Our reward will be great there. Sometimes it's unexpected where the persecution comes from. I know for us in our early days, my persecution came, from religious people, but so did Jesus. It wasn't the world, it was religious people getting on to us. But I think God gave us peace and joy. Let's keep celebrating as we've gone through these wonderful Beatitudes. Let's understand Jesus wants this culture in his church. Let's live it out to his glory. God bless you through another day.